EIS artists. Today we're going to do a lesson featuring around Keith Haring's action figures. Keith Haring was born in 1958 and he died at a very early age in 1990. He achieved public attention with his bold graffiti-inspired street art, drawing inspiration from breakdancing culture. Keith Haring's action figures were characterized by bright colors and very bold lines. So you'll notice uses those bold lines, those action figure marks to show that there's some type of movement going on. So we're going to look at him. He was a New York artist. So in New York there's lots of subways, and so he tried to put his art in the subways to beautify and to also promote messages. Okay, so his art was really all about having a statement about something, caring for the earth. And Earth Day is coming up, so in your online classroom you should have an Earth Day poster, but caring about maybe going into space. Are we really going into space? So all of his artwork has some type of message that he is trying to portray with his people. So in your lesson, I will also have a handout so that if you don't know how to draw a Keith Haring figure, you can. I'll have this so that you can look at it and view it, and we'll go over those steps today as well. This is what a finished product could look like. So notice I used construction paper people. I cut them out, my character out, and then I added all of these wonderful little motion lines. So we're going to think about line designs, working with color, and trying to have some really fun with movement. How to create movement with just the idea of a line. Okay, so we're trying to do lines. Now, if you don't have construction paper at home, you can have your characters just in color. So you can just color them. You don't have to cut them out and then glue them onto another piece of paper. So use the tools that you have at home. So here I'm right now still at school, and so I have lots of tools. However, if you just have regular printer paper or even a newspaper works. So it would be kind of cool if you have some type of newspaper or even magazines that once you create your character, your action figure, you then trace it onto a newspaper. So I think that's what I'll do today. So I have already cut out some of these characters, but to draw them, let's just follow our step-by-step guide. And I'm going to get a marker so that you can see a little bit better. So the step-by-step guides into creating your own Keith Haring is, and I go big, a lot of you guys go small. So let's first create our head. So to create your head, you're just going to make kind of like an upside down U. Then to create the arms, you're going to, again, he doesn't really have a neck. So you're going to go out somewhere, however you want your arms to go, create an elbow, okay. Let's create a little dot where the armpits are going to be. And so I'm just creating, and then his hands are just like little mittens. For his body, we're going to go a straight line down, and I'm going to go right past his hand. So usually the bodies can be long or even short. Think about a knee and going down. So again, I'm kind of going really simple, adding another little foot. For this leg, I think I'm going to go out this way. So his leg is kind of fat, but I don't care. So this is my Keith Haring figure. And I think what we'll do is, you have options. I always love giving students options. You can cut this out and then trace it onto newspaper. And then put your newspaper onto another sheet of paper similar to what I've done. So I would cut this character out, trace it onto my newspaper, do them a couple times. I would do it 3 or more characters. And then once you've glued them down, then you're going to think about the line designs that Keith Haring is so famous for. Okay? So the movement lines or the expression lines. So this could be blowing off steam. This could be happiness. Okay, so notice that his work is very simple. There's nothing complicated. Love of a family. Okay, so once you have your character drawn, and again, try to do more than one, you're then going to start adding your little lines. And the lines are for movement. Okay, so these are my movement lines. I think I'm going to put some lines up here. And then with either crayons, markers, or colored pencils, let's add even more lines and directions behind our character. So again, I'm going to go get those. So you can see all the video is going behind me. And so with any type of videos or any type of marker or crayons, we're then going to outline our figure. So I'm going around my figure with lines and color. So I'm just kind of leaving a little space around the figure that I drew. And I'm equally spacing. So we're learning about how to create some nice line designs, spacing between them. So we're just, again, trying to fill up our space with some interesting lines. Now, wherever you have the movement lines, we're going to go around those. So I'm going to actually connect this and go around and do like this. And then I'm going to do it one more time. Okay. So I'm not going to mess up or interfere with my movement lines of my Keith Haring action figure. Again, the goal is to have more than one action figure, but if you want to just start with one and kind of have fun with how to enclose your figure with a line. So notice again, be aware of your space. You have to go slow. So I've tried to keep a little bit of a distance from all my mark. And now from here, I can go below this. Do you just have to do straight lines? Nope, you can add some nice curved lines. Even in this space here, we could add, I love the spirals, so we can add some other lines, some other designs. So in this project, you're going to try to create your very own action figure inspired by the Keith Haring, very simple. He also likes to use dogs. So you'll see a lot of the dog doing something, okay? Again, here he's got his dog. So have fun, look at the video behind me as it's going behind me. Look at the simple shapes. So you'll also notice that around his action figures, he has these nice bold lines. So you want to include that in yours. So once you're done doing your design, go back over with a black crayon. If you only have a pencil, go over it with a pencil and make it thicker. So with a black marker, you want to make your Keith Haring figure stand out. So you want to make it thicker. And again, you have to go slow. To make it really stand out. Okay, so you're going to go around your whole figure. For your figure itself, you can add some basic color, primary and secondary colors. Fill it in. If you have paint, maybe add paint to your action figure, and then on the outside, use markers or crayons. Okay, so again, you can use whatever tools that you have at home to create these really fun action figures. Doing something. And again, I only did one on my page, but ideally you have more than one of the same style. So more than one character moving across your page. Have fun working and learning about Keith Haring and seeing his awesome artwork floating behind me. Your I Can statements is today I can learn about contour lines. So a contour line is an outline that goes around something. That's a contour line. About shapes, we definitely used a lot of different shapes. I can draw a silhouette. A silhouette is something that doesn't have a lot of feature. That it's just an outline is what a silhouette is. Inspired by Keith Haring. Keith Haring is our artist. Today I will learn about repetition. So we're doing repetition of lines that we are tracing around our figure. Okay, so my repetition is I did some repeated line designs and then I traced around my figure. I learned about how to create movement by adding these cute little movement lines. Okay, so try to add movement in your piece. So those are our I can statements. Your assessment will be, if we were here in class, we would discuss Keith Haring. What do you notice about his artwork? Okay, what did you like about it? Can you repeat your action figure at least 3 times in your artwork and use 3 different colors? So again, Keith Haring used a lot of just basic colors in his artwork. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we're learning a little bit about how simple he did his work. And then can you also draw the echo lines? So you want to make sure that you're drawing those little quotation marks, which are called echo lines, which translate into movement. So hopefully you'll enjoy this little project. I'll be back again with another art project while we're out. So what you're going to do is create your artwork and then take a picture of it and upload it onto my classroom. So have fun, 4th graders, 5th graders, and even 3rd graders, whoever is going to be doing this project. I hope you really enjoy it. Have fun with the movement. Maybe have your brother or sister do a pose for you and try and capture that pose. See ya!